Welcome back everybody to Nate Teaches English. Today we are going to be going over there is, there are, there isn't, there aren't. So when we have a question, if it's going to be a singular question or a non-count question, we have a formula that will follow as such. Is there a noun followed by a preposition, the, and a noun. So for example, is there a textbook on the desk? Or you could say in the desk, but we are using it as singular, so it's going to be is, and we know that because textbook is singular. Another example we have, is there sand on the beach? That's a non-count noun that we would call, because we're not going to count each part of the sand, so we say, is there sand on the beach? And the answer would be, yes there is, or no there isn't. Then we have plural count, and we have the following formula. Are, there, sometimes you have any, followed by a noun, preposition, the, and noun. So for example, are there errors in my essay? We use are because errors is plural. Or we could say, are there any good shows on TV? Again, we are using are because shows is plural, and for that we would respond, yes there are, no there aren't. Now let's go over here. If we want to further elaborate rather than just say yes there is, no there isn't, yes there are, no there aren't, we can do so by following a formula something like this. There is a noun plus a preposition plus the and noun. So for example, there is a cat on the bed. We know it's going to be is because cat is singular. We could also say there is a girl in the photo. Again, we know it's going to be is because girl is singular. Now, if we want to use plural, we could follow this formula. There are plus any quantifiers, noun, preposition, the, and noun. So example, there are apples in the fridge. We know that apples is plural, so we're going to use are. There are apples in the fridge. Now, if we have a quantifier, it'll be like this second example. There are many people in the gym. How many, we might not know, but we would still say many. Or if we did know, we could say there are 50 people in the gym. Again, people is plural, so we're going to use are. Now let's go over what happens if it is negative. So for negative, we have there isn't, or there is not, and there aren't, or there are not. So most of the time you're going to be using are, or aren't. Most of the time you're going to be using aren't. There are some times when we use isn't. So for example, there is no snow outside. Snow is not something that we would count as plural. That's what we say would be singular. And then there isn't a cat on the bed. So like before, there is a cat on the bed, there isn't a cat on the bed, or there is not a cat on the bed. Now, if we're gonna follow for negative verb sentence, we would follow the formula there aren't any plural noun, preposition, the, and noun. So for example, there aren't any books on the table. Books is plural, so we are going to use the word aren't. There are not any books on the table. Or another example we have, there aren't any good movies in the theater. Movies is plural, so we're going to be using aren't. Other times we have negative noun sentences where we're going to say there are no plural noun, preposition, and the followed by the noun. So for example, there are no students in the hallway. There are no rules for the game. So students would be plural, so we use are. And again, this is for negative, so we would say are no. And then same with rules, there are no rules for the game. So come up with a couple of sentences of your own following our formula or our question. Leave that in the comments. Please subscribe for more videos. Thank you.